how to be more disciplined using a very simple method I came up with called the QMA method. Let me explain. Now, in the first step, let's quantify what more disciplined means. Not to your friends, not to society, not to anyone, but yourself. What does more disciplined mean to you? So for example, maybe you want to be more disciplined in practicing your French. Amazing, that is so amazing. But I want you to ask yourself, what does being more disciplined in French mean? Does that mean practicing for 30 minutes a day? Does it mean practicing once a week? I want you to quantify what more means. So maybe you decide to aim low enough and you choose to do 1 hour of French every week. And then after being consistent with it for a few weeks, you think to yourself, maybe I can add 1 extra hour. So then you start doing 2 hours of French every week. And then you keep altering those hours until you find your own sustainable form of discipline. And if this is the first time that you're quantifying what you want to be disciplined in, you're most likely going to overshoot or undershoot. And from my experience, undershooting is definitely better than overshooting. And now I don't want you to spend too much time in this quantifying phase, because now we're just looking for something to aim at. Like whatever it is that you're going to be quantifying at the beginning is most likely going to change, especially if you're trying to learn something for the first time or trying to be more disciplined with something for the first time. And now that you have your own definition of what it means to be disciplined, you're ready to minimize the gap. Now, minimizing the gap simply means you want to minimize the amount of preparation time needed when it's time to actually take action. And now what that means is, at night when you get that sudden burst of energy of wanting to go on a run or maybe improving your French the next day, that's exactly when you want to minimize the gap. And now when you have all that energy, that's when you want to prepare your shirt, your socks, your shorts right beside your bed. You even want to prepare the cup of water you're going to drink when you first wake up. So then when you wake up the next morning and you're really tired, you don't need to answer all the questions that you would have needed to answer if you didn't prepare the night before. So you won't need to think, where are my running socks? I've had that happen to me a few times. I realized I had no socks before the run. But you won't need to answer all these questions because everything has been prepared from the night before. So you've minimized the gap between not taking action and taking action. And now this also applies if you're learning a language, if you want to work from home, study from home. You want to prepare your desk before you go to sleep so that when you wake up, everything is ready. You don't need to think about where's my laptop, where's my notebook, where's my water bottle. You want to prepare everything before you go to sleep. So then when you leave the bed, you've minimized the amount of preparation you need to make to actually start doing the thing. Now, minimizing the gap is lovely and it will get you one step closer to doing the thing. But I want you to remember,
planning to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Telling your friends you want to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Doing the thing is actually doing the thing, which is what I'm doing now, and I'm probably gonna fall. So back to the video.
Watching this video isn't doing the thing. Doing the thing is doing the thing. Now that you've quantified what it means to be more disciplined, and you've minimized the gap between the rest state and the action state, and you've taken action for a few weeks, now is when I want you to assess. And now in the assess stage, I want you to ask yourself, does this feel like a chore every single time that I do it? Because if it does, then I promise you this will not be sustainable. And if it does feel like a chore every single time, then that's when you want to take a pause and ask yourself, what can I do differently to not make this feel like a chore every single time? And by the way, if this is something that's outside of your obligations, then you might decide that you simply just don't enjoy doing that thing, which is so okay. There's no such thing as the right hobby. There's only what you enjoy. So if you want to be more disciplined with your hobbies, try out different things, but also give yourself a chance. Because if you're still starting out, let's say running or learning a language for the first time, you're probably not going to be so good at the beginning, which is so normal. But let's say you've been doing it for quite a while now, and every single time it feels like a chore, then that's when you want to assess and you want to ask yourself, do I really enjoy this? Or am I doing this because society is saying this is the right hobby to have? There's no right hobby. There's just what you enjoy. And also, quick tip before we end our conversation. You don't need to force yourself to do things all the time. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes we have to force ourselves to do things. But more often than not, you want to negotiate with yourself when you want to do something. Now, let's say you want to go on a run. Maybe you have your disciplined side that wants to go on a run, but your not so disciplined side doesn't want to go on a run and wants to eat a chocolate bar. Now you can mediate the conversation between your disciplined side and your undisciplined side. So you'll tell the disciplined side, I'll let you go on the run, and then you'll also tell the undisciplined side, I'll let you have a piece of chocolate after the run. So now you've satisfied your undisciplined side and your disciplined side. So you're no longer forcing yourself to go on a run. You're negotiating your way to go on a run. Anyways, that was a quick tip. I hope you enjoyed our conversation and that I've given you something to think about. And like I always say, this is the Debo's way. Find your own way. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day and I'll see you soon. Peace!